Dad, come on, man, get up.
What? What? It's nappy time.
It's 11:30, dude. You got to start your live stream in a half hour.
Kyle, it's hockey. Hockey on Saturday is at like 7 or 7:30. You're confusing it with the Dolphin game tomorrow.
Look at your phone, dude.
What? Kyle, seriously, dude, I don't know what the... Son of a bitch!
You ready? Here we go. He did it.
I don't believe it!
Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go. Go.
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go. Go.
All right. So, second game of the year for the Panthers. 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday in the middle of fall. What are you people thinking? What are you thinking? It's frickin' 70 degrees outside. The sun is shining. And we're in the house watching hockey, but that's okay. I'll take it. Now, Spencer Knight is getting the start. And it's funny because I was kind of wandering around outside this morning getting some ideas for the channel. And I thought, I wonder if Coach is going to get them both going early and say, Bob played, then we got Spencer coming in the next day because we don't have any back-to-backs till almost the end of November. So, not surprised to see Spencer Knight. Now, I know I predicted we were going to lose the last game, and we won. I don't want to get in the habit of predicting we're going to lose because eventually I'm going to be right. However, I do pretty much feel like we're going to win this game, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I had to use Francisco for a skit yesterday in a short, and Fluffy is about to interrupt the take. So I had to use Francisco in a short yesterday, and when I came in here to get ready to film this, I put him up back on his perch over there. Never before have I been able to just sit him up there without him at least falling 2 or 3 times before I could get him to sit perfectly into place. Today I just walked up, boop, placed him right there, and he just sat down exactly like he belonged, and he didn't move again. So that's got to mean we're going to win, right? I mean, it's got to mean we're going to win. So we're going to win. All right, you want to score 5-2 Panthers. Let's do this, all right? Got the live stream getting ready to start up here real soon. For those of you who do not know, Kyle and I are live streaming throughout the entire game. It went pretty well last time. Lots of people showed up, lots of super chats. Really appreciate all the support. I had a little lapel mic that I've been using, and I'm going to use that until I can get. There's a professional one that I was looking at this morning. It's about $300, but it's actually a kit where I can have a mic and Kyle will have a mic at the same time. So that's coming. I'm going to have to find a way to get that in here in the next couple of weeks because the sound is good, but when I yell and I get excited, it's muffled. I'm not happy with it. So if you're on the stream watching, just bear with me, and we'll get that technical issue figured out as quickly as we can. Other than that, let's do this Saturday afternoon hockey. All right, so 2-2 after 1. I feel like I called an entire game already. I called 5-2 Panthers. Well, we got the 2 part. That's enough. Matthew Tkachuk, what more can you say? He scored the quintessential Tkachuk goal. Mwah. Love to see it. And then we give it right back. Now the first goal that we allowed, we all kind of gave Mark Stahl a hard time because it looked like he just fell. Apparently he broke his skate. So we're gonna have to undo the grief that we gave him and give him what's like Will Ferrell says and the other guys, fresh start. We're gonna give him another fresh start. Okay. Now the second goal, it did look a little Keystone Cop-ish on defense, and to be honest, I don't remember who was. I know Gudis was out there, but the thing that I saw was that it was a good shot, but Knight didn't even barely blink. I mean, like, by the time he even moved his glove a little bit, the shot was past him right over his shoulder. I gotta feel like he didn't realize the shot was coming, or he got screened somehow, because he just didn't see it. He just didn't see it. He reacted so late. So It's 2-2 after one. It's entertaining. It's a hell of a good game. Tkachuk is beating the crap out of everybody. Bennett's in the middle of everything. Fourth line looks good. And we've had 3 chances with wide open nets, and our guys are either flubbing the puck or leaving it behind them. Barkov on the left side just flubs it. Ekblad over here on the right flubs it. And then Balcers basically drops past to himself kind of thing, uses the other guy that was coming down on a 2-on-1 as a decoy, has half the net to shoot out, and just misses the puck. It's 1 o'clock. They're used to practicing it this time. We'll cut them some slack. So when we won in the second period, let's just get 3 goals in the second period, close this out 5-2. All right, that's enough picky-packing around. All right, so it's 4-3 Panthers after 2. This is an exhausting game. It's a fun game, but there's just so much action going on, and it's the middle of the afternoon. I'm used to taking a nap this time of the day. All right, so what do we see? Tkachuk causing massive havoc again on the power play. Byron Montour comes in and finishes the job up. I believe earlier I didn't mention Colin White got a goal. Ekblad gets one in the second period with, as Stu would say, his egg blast. And we had a nice 4-2 lead. And then we couldn't clear the puck. And I'm not going to sit here and completely blame Spencer Knight for the goal. The first one, they beat him glove side. It didn't look like he saw it. Or at least I thought he didn't see it because he didn't move his glove very much. This one, he saw it, and he didn't move his glove very much, and it's 4-3 now. Now, I'm a huge Spencer Knight fan, and I believe that kid is going to be every bit as good as we feel he's going to be. But maybe, Coach Maurice, how about 3 games for Bob, and then 1 for Spencer, and if he plays well enough, you give him another game. I don't know what you do. We had this problem last year, and I'm not saying that that's exactly what's happening today, but we had the problem last year where Knight needed games to get better. It's like the more he played, the better he'd get. Now, an interesting thing to note is the Islanders were testing Bobrovsky glove side all night long, and he was making the saves. Now, tonight, Spencer Knight did make one hell of a glove save, but he was stretched out and it was low. They're testing him high again with the glove, and it's not close. So I'm not sure if that's something that the other teams are seeing in our guys or what's going on there. It's 4-3. I still feel like we're going to win this game, but I felt better when it was 4-2. We'll put it that way. It's so early in the season, I have to do this again. 2 points! Yes! Ho, ho, ho! Well, look, this is what I'm going to say, and I'm going to say this specifically to my best friend, buddy, partner, Stu, who's already given me grief about my prediction for the slow start. I said this in your review. I'm going to say it again. I will be happy to be wrong about the slow start. However, be careful how hard you want to drop the mic if I'm wrong about the slow start, because I also predicted us to win the cup. So you don't want to be rooting for me to be too wrong. You see what I'm saying? All right. I would also like to bring up that so far I predicted 4 goals in the previous game in regulation, and that's what we got. And then I predicted 7 goals in regulation tonight, and that's what we got. I don't know what I could do with that information, but if somebody knows where I can make some money off of predicting the exact number of goals that are going to be scored in a game, put the link in the comments. I'm not even kidding. That 2 for 2, that's a pretty good start. Holy crap. They couldn't pull the goalie. This is not like any other Panther team I've seen. I've seen the Gallant coach teams. This is better. We got better players, let's face it. Okay? But I mean, Buffalo couldn't get out of their own zone, let alone getting into our zone to try to get a goal. They finally got a stoppage of play and got the goalie pulled with 17.8 seconds left. and Tkachuk is just out there pissing off everybody. And I don't mean this with any disrespect whatsoever, but watching Tkachuk on the ice, I ain't exactly missing Huberdeau. And I don't mean that in any bad way. You know, we all love Huberdeau, but Tkachuk just brings an element that's just so much more fun. It just makes the game so much more enjoyable to watch. We've got the guy that's good and pissing off the other team, right? Oh, man. All right, so, talk about a couple things here. The Spencer Knight stuff, I'm not criticizing him heavily. The first one, I don't think he saw. The second one, it's a good shot. This is a genuine question, and I wish like I could get like a player that would like answer the question. But the question is, when you see a goalie, like the puck is past him, and by the time it's past him, then he moves his glove. I'd like to know what that is. Did he not know the shot was coming? Did he not see the shot was coming? Was the shot just so perfect and so fast that he couldn't move his arm that fast? That's a legit question. It's a genuine question. Okay, Mark Stahl, he made some nice plays in the third period. Look, I love Lucas Carlson, and I still would like to see Lucas Carlson be on this team. I'd like to at least see him as a scratch, so that like when Gustav Forsling blocks the puck with an area of his body that you shouldn't block a puck with, you can say, Gustav, we love you. Take a night off. Lucas has got your back tonight. You know what I mean? Gustav Forsling is not going to live 82 games, let alone make it through 82 games, blocking shots in the region in which he blocked the shot. Let's just start there. But Mark Stahl, look, Stu and I, people have always, some people have said Stu and I agree too much. This is going to be the one thing we disagree upon. Even though I love Lucas Carlson, I think Stahl's playing good enough. Not great. Yeah, he looks a little slow in some spaces, but he's smart positionally, number one. And number two, the first 4-on-3 of the season, Coach Maurice had Ekblad with Stahl out there, not Forsling. Now, okay, I'm not sure if Forsling was hurt or whatever at that point in time. The point there is that Coach Maurice trusts Mark Stahl a lot. So, really not too much sense bitching about him because he ain't going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. That dude is, he's playing. So, you know, the first goal, his skate broke. I ain't going to give that guy grief over that, right? Okay? And he made a couple of good plays. One play where he dove and broke up an opportunity where they were just coming off of the bench, and he dove and broke up what was going to be, you know, was right in front of the net, was going to be a possible shot there. So, he's not great. He has his weak spots. Yeah, you know, it would probably be better if he was in the bottom pair, but I don't know about him with Gudis. So, look, if we keep winning and only allowing 1 goal, 3 goals, 2 goals, 1 goal, 3 goals, you know, beggars can't be choosers. And we don't know what's going to happen, you know, with Duclair. And that's one thing we were talking about in the stream, is that I like all 3 lines. Last year, when we first got Reinhart, we put him up top with Barkov. There was no chemistry, and Barkov looked off. This year, Reinhart is up at the top with Barkov. There's no chemistry, and Barkov looks off. Now, in my season predictions for the Lions, I had put Colin White up top and Reinhart with Lundell. It looks like Lundell's getting some chemistry with White, and he even got a goal tonight, but I wouldn't be against seeing if maybe Colin White could develop some chemistry with Barkov and giving Lundell and Reinhart a shot, because you kind of want to get that first line going a little bit. Barkov just looks a little bit off. And that is why when I saw Heponiemi play with Barkov in that preseason game against the Lightning, and there was obvious chemistry, I was like, ooh, leave him there, because we talked about this in the stream. Barkov has had a rotating guest list at that right wing spot, because for whatever reason, he meshed perfectly with Verhaeghe, but in terms of right wing, he's meshed with Huberdeau, a little bit with Hoffman, a little bit with Duclair, and not really with anybody else until we saw the one game with Heponiemi. So we'll see how that's going to go. I know we can't move guys around, and it's minor issues. But in terms of the other three lines, oh, I love it. I love it. Now, Balcers didn't look as active today, or he didn't stand out as much today, but he still looked good. Bennett and Tkachuk on the ice at the same time. If we could just leave them out there the entire game, if it was physically possible, it gets me tingly, okay? I got a tingle down my leg watching those two on the ice at the same time. Unbelievable. And the fourth line continues to be the best fourth line. I believe it's going to be one of the best, if not the best fourth line in hockey. And Radko Gudas, last thing, Radko Gudas is in the offensive zone half of the game. Hey, Mahura looks like a clone of Carlson, which doesn't surprise me since they're the exact same height and only 5 pounds difference. Looks exactly like Lucas Carlson. So that ended up working out for us. I assume if Stahl gets hurt, Carlson would be the guy that would go in there next. We don't know, or maybe they'd move Mahura up. But for now, I'm happy. We're good. We were 2-0, and we got a game Monday night. So that's enough for that. All right. I mentioned this on the stream. Now, you know we're streaming every game now. Next Sunday, not this one, but next Sunday, Panthers play at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The Miami Dolphins play at 8:20 in the evening. The live stream is going to start at 4 o'clock, 1 hour before the Panther game, and then will end whenever the Dolphin game ends. So yeah, it's going to be like an 8-hour live stream next Sunday. Bring cookies, all right? Bring chocolate milk, donuts, and cookies, because we're going to have a good time. It might get a little questionable towards the end. You know what I'm saying? Hours 6, 7, and 8 might get a little bit interesting. You don't want to miss it. It's not to be missed. I promise you. Yeah. All right. Kyle is finishing up the live stream right now. I'm going to knock this recap out. The article will be up for the Patreon and YouTube members. A couple of people, Jeff gave me a super thanks and then came and joined the memberships again. Geez, I forgot the second person who joined on the memberships. Oh, I'm so bad. I'm so sorry. I'll make sure that I watch the stream and I'll get you in the review with Stu. Somebody else came and joined and the memberships during the stream, and I'm trying to do this all by memory, and so I'll get you on the review with Stu, I promise. We're 2-0. We're 2-0. The Dolphins were 3-0. Huh. 2 points.